But anyways, let's move on now to Los Angeles. We're going to be talking about DeAndre Jordan. Before their 3-game winning streak, they had a 9-game losing streak, and they just lost Blake Griffin to a sprained MCL. Yep. I believe he's going to be out for 2 months. And now the question begs, with DeAndre Jordan having a player option at the end of this year, should they move DeAndre Jordan? We've kind of come up with the assumption that they should move him. I mean, looking at this team, Blake's injured, going to be out for 2 months. Milos hurt. Pat Bev hurt. This team looks bad out there. Yes, they've had 3 wins, but you beat Atlanta, Sacramento, and the Lakers. Big whoop. You're beating trash teams. It's a trash team. So our idea is that you should be trading them, especially with the value that you could get back. If you're losing DeAndre Jordan free agency, why not trade him? So really we're talking about where he will be traded, having the assumption that he will be traded. Maybe he doesn't get traded. Maybe we look stupid, but they should trade him.
Let's be honest, they should.
Yeah. And if they don't trade him, they're stupid for not trading him. So looking at it, the biggest question is, where will he go? And I think a lot of people immediately go to the Cavs. So give me one reason why it will happen for the Cavs, and give me one reason why it shouldn't happen for the Cavs.
LeBron is magic at being the GM. Like, he is. I know.
Is he going to get rid of his boy TT though?
Yeah, he earned him his money. He got. He gave TT the contract. He hand over was like, all right, you get your money. You help me get a championship. But let's be honest. He is no longer of value. He's great defensively. He can go and guard, other teams' threes. He can go out to the perimeter. He's solid off the pick and roll. But offensively, he's a negative. He can't put the ball in the hoop. Like, that's what basketball is at the end of the day. So if you have someone who is not reliable on offense at all, absolutely negative, and defensively, yes, he's helpful, but he hasn't been consistently helpful the entire season this year, and in the past, he's completely been missing. Like, they even, come on. You're putting Kevin Love at center because you don't want to play TT. So time to move on from TT. I think that is the best move for the Cavs. They've got enough ammo to move him. If they get DeAndre Jordan, the way that fills out for this Cavs team, even better. Like the fact that they get a defensive stopper down low, somebody who can run the floor with them and go up, catch lobs, catch oops. Like, it's a great match.
And you look at that, especially when Isaiah Thomas is healthy. Holy shit, that is a scary.
We're back to the All-Star team.
5. Yeah, I mean, and that's plus, and maybe Derrick Rose comes back at some point. We're going to talk about D Rose a little bit later, but that's going to be something as well. You look at him. What if D Rose does come back and you have Isaiah Thomas, D Rose, Kyle Korver, Dwayne Wade, you have LeBron James, Kevin Love, and DeAndre Jordan. Absolutely stacked there. But one reason why it shouldn't happen for the Cavs, or maybe one reason why it won't happen for the Cavs, because maybe it's great in theory, but do you see any problems not working out in this trade deal?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to how much they value their draft pick for the future. It's if you don't think that LeBron James is going to stay, if that is greater than 50%, do you pull the trigger? Do you give away the ammo for rebuilding and hope for, if you win and hope that you can win a championship this year? Because that's truly what it will be. I mean, yes, you could go out and I'm sure that DeAndre will waive that player option because he can go get more money, period. So you're going to be rebuilding around basically K-Love, Not the end of the world.
We love K-Love.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
We're probably the biggest K-Love
We probably like
lovers.
K-Love more than most people.
We probably love K-Love more than K-Love loves K-Love.
I mean, yeah.
But like, K-Love, you don't want to build a team around K-Love, especially with how old he's getting. But looking at it, I mean, taking everything in, it probably won't happen, at least in my mind, because the Clippers will probably end up wanting something more than what the Cavs are offering. And what I've heard is Shump, TT, and then the Cavs pick, not the Brooklyn pick for this year, the Cavs pick. And pretty much the rumblings around the Cavs office is they don't want to give up that Brooklyn pick. Pretty much for that reason why you're saying is, what if LeBron leaves? We're going to need the ability to go out and get somebody. And you look at Brooklyn right now, they have some decent pieces, maybe a decent basketball team, but with so many injuries, they're really not performing right now. And that could be a top pick in this draft where we talk about, already, we're talking about Colin Sexton later. We're talking about Colin Sexton. We're talking about Michael Porter Jr. We're talking about Luka Doncic. We're talking about Marvin Bagley. We're talking about Ayton. We're talking about Bamba as well. There's so many guys out there that you could possibly be a, at least crux for your franchise. Yeah. So going out there, you don't really want to give up that value, especially for DeAndre Jordan. If he does see that ability to, hey, I can walk, maybe I get a ring, but LeBron's leaving too, I can leave. That's something that worries me. I feel like that's going to be something where, DeAndre doesn't control where he goes at all. He doesn't have a no-trade clause, but he still can leave after this year. He can still decline that player option. I feel like one thing that won't happen is the Cavs won't give up that 8th. The Lakers the Clippers won't want to. I keep thinking LA. The Clippers won't want to give up DeAndre for that little, and I feel like that's probably going to be the biggest crutch there as well. So I feel like this DeAndre trade, if he's going to get moved, the best fit for him will be the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's going to happen. Do you feel like there's a deal out there that should happen, though, and you think it's like a clear-cut DeAndre Jordan should go here?
I honestly don't have anything in mind. It's just you need a team that's competing for the playoffs because this is a one-year rental. No doubts about it. Like you said, DeAndre will most likely walk for more money at the end of this year for a better contract, get himself locked into a safe deal. I honestly think that it just is going to end up being a playoff team. Whether we could see something fun, the one that I was sort of thinking back and forth on is if they go to Toronto, because JV has been, for 2 years now, he's been tossed around as, undervalued, talented, but he's not going to get as much floor time as he maybe deserves. They could use a defensive stopper down low. DeAndre can create matchup issues for people and provide a great paint defender. So honestly, if they pull the trigger on something like that, that would be interesting because that changes up the dynamic because he is an elite rebounder. And in the East, when you're looking at a team like the Cavs and the Celtics as the top two teams in the East, you see that, and you see a weakness when it comes to rebounding. If you have DeAndre Jordan, you can take advantage of that, take advantage of them, and set yourself up for way more second chance possessions. Better, that one kind of lines up.
Yeah, and when you look at right now what Toronto's rocking, they're not rocking JV that much down there, but you are seeing Jakob Poeltl a lot, and you are seeing Lucas out there as well for the Raptors. So maybe it's something that I don't see happening just because there's a lot of cap space out there. You look at Serge's big contract, Lowry big contract, DeRozan big contract.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get everything going to get in the right direction. The team that sticks out to me, though, that I feel like should put all their money into that, outside of the Cavs, I feel like Cavs and DeAndre Jordan, probably a great fit right there because you're pretty much upgrading your Tristan Thompson to a bigger, faster, stronger Tristan Thompson, what you want Tristan Thompson to be. I feel like just because of the wingspan, I'm hearing a buck noise in the background.
You said the magical words, a wingspan.
It might mean moving Malcolm Brogdon, which would be hurtful. But I think overall it might be beneficial to him because you look at the size of that team and you talk about being able to be out rebounding people. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're going to have Eric Bledsoe, you're going to have Chris Middleton, you're going to have Jabari Parker when healthy, you're going to have DeAndre Jordan. That is a scary lineup out there. And that's going to cause a lot of matchup problems because not only is that team big, that team is fast. That team is dangerous. I feel like maybe Brogdon, where he does have a lot of potential and we love him for what he brought to that Buck team, maybe you look at it and you see what the pieces they have on their bench already. You have some decent bench pieces there with Tony Snell has been a good shooter.
Yeah,
you're going to have a deep lineup with Jabari. They're probably not going to rush him into the starting lineup right away. I feel like not only is he going to bring speed, length, he's also going to take breaks from Don Maker away as well, and you're going to really solidify that place down low. And I feel like that might be really nice, especially with that trap defense that they play. Having that in that 1-3-1 trap that they play, the last one you have is DeAndre Jordan. That's pretty nice.
He's a good goalie.
That guy's going to be able to, he's a good goalie. He's going to be able to stop a lot of shots back there. He's going to be able to bring a lot of athleticism and size and strength. I feel like if there is a team that should jump on it, it's got to be the Bucks because you don't want them going to Cleveland because that's going to make your chances of making the playoffs and going deep in the playoffs tougher. I feel like maybe the Bucks, you already went for Eric Bledsoe, put all your chips in that basket and try to get at least, I don't know, chips in a basket. That doesn't make any sense. Dip into the salsa. Dip into the salsa with those chips. Fill that basket up a lot with chips and go dunking for some salsa is pretty much what I'm saying. And go out and get DeAndre Jordan.
Amazing. I can't argue. The Bucks are a solid choice. The only other one that kind of comes to mind, and I don't know contract situations, like I said, for the first one, the Raptors, I was just like, that'd be a good fit. Another one that could be a good fit could be a team like the Wizards. Gortat has been a consistent double-double. Could this be a slight improvement for them?
Hold on. It's not like DeAndre Jordan hasn't been a consistent double-double.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like, triple-double.
Is it truly an upgrade? Because it's a name I've been seeing out there.
Marcin Gortat, he's obviously brings a fierceness that, not a lot of, him and Zaza bring kind of a different type of fierceness out there. But, it's definitely an upgrade because that team's going to get quicker, the team's going to get faster, especially in the pick and roll, they're becoming way more dangerous.
But it doesn't solve their problem not having a backup point guard.
No,
Which that's the question is why would they waste money on it? That's why I'm like...
Because look at the way Scott Brooks plays. It's not like he's going to, he's going to run his starting lineup and that's all he's going to do. All Scott Brooks does is play his starting lineup. So why not maximize your starting lineup to the most potential? It's not like
well put, actually. I didn't.
Wall and Beal play off the court together. They're always on the court at the same time. It's not like he's going to leave DeAndre out on the floor alone, they're going to pair Wall, Beal, and Gortat together, so why not upgrade Gortat to DeAndre Jordan? So I feel like that would be a smart move as well. I feel like Bucks, Wizards, Cavs, all smart moves. I feel like there's not really a place that he doesn't fit. I mean,
that's the
outside
thing,
of like Boston maybe, but that's because I don't think Boston needs
won't
to
move pieces.
Yeah, Boston doesn't need to upgrade, is the thing. So I think overall, he's going to get moved, DeAndre, and I just feel like it's going to be one of these lower East teams that make a move to prevent the Cavs from securing their final spot.
Do you think the Magic trade a couple starters for him? One of their 10 starters? Could Bismack Biyombo be the centerpiece of this deal?
We talked about Toronto and defensive stoppers. Let us know where you think DeAndre Jordan's going to go. If he's even going to go anywhere, let us know if you think DeAndre Jordan's going to get moved. And then if he is going to get moved, where do you think the most likely landing spot is? Where do you think the most likely landing spot is?
I still think the Cavs will work out a deal. Yeah. I think that's just something's going to happen, sprinkle some magic on it.
I'm worried about putting a lot of talent together on that Cavs team. I was a little worried at the start of the season. I talked about putting D-Wade there and just getting talent for talent, but we've kind of seen them settle in. And I think DeAndre is a different thing. You're filling not only a need, but you're filling a need with talent. And I feel like the Cavs probably the most likely landing spot, but I feel like we're going to see the Bucks or the Wizards move in and try to snatch him away from the Cavs. But again, let us know where you think DeAndre Jordan is going to end up at the end of the season. Let us know in the comments down below.